Yo dudes, ChristoWorld here again, bringing a twist on the normal format with a new side section to the channel looking at some indie titles. So what better place to start than with a game that provokes thought and pushes normal conventions of gameplay through incrementally complex puzzles, demanding the player to approach each new challenge with an open mind. Numerous award-holding side-scroller puzzle platformer, The Swapper begins with a character being forced into a tin can against their will and shipped off into outer space, whilst the beautifully crafted music in the background enhances the gameplay experience as you navigate through the hand-sculpted environment built by two guys from the University of Helsinki. Although being the sixth game to be backed by the Indie Fund, you're not going to get an adrenaline rush throughout the gameplay. Instead, the game challenges you as a capable thinker to use one tool to overcome obstacles by disregarding your previous body, which you have previously valued when it contained a working consciousness. Continuing to the next orb and navigating through the maze of the damaged Theseus space station to find some form of escape from the eerie research facility. Some people complain that the game does not feature enough action and is predominantly played by the younger generation, but perhaps the game is tackling larger issues through its isolating atmospheric gameplay and extremely clever puzzles where the player uses an experimental device to clone themselves and move their consciousness from one body to another, questioning what is real and what is not and the lengths you would go through to survive. As we move and develop as gamers and programmers in a saturated marketplace, it is becoming more evident that we no longer seek gratification from 10 gold coins at the end of a level or game, yet instead we are looking for a more intellectual and emotional connection with a project. I believe it is more evident within the indie game realm, where the player is required to have an open mind and study the environment to find solace through progression. This game gives you a device very early on that gives you the ability to create and regain 4 clones and swap your consciousness between them. Any actions created by the conscious body are replicated by the surrounding clones, giving you the ability to solve puzzles by sacrificing your previously hosted shell of a body throughout the lengthy gameplay, which could leave you for hours staring at the screen for a solution. Although within the Swapper's clever use of desaturation you have to do some backtracking to progress to the next stage, taking another look at the scenery as you go and the use of teleporting hubs makes this a less laborious task unlike other games. Set in the future where Earth has exhausted all its natural resources, ships have been dispatched into deep space to extract and synthesize useful materials from neighbouring planets. Upon the discovery of mysterious rock formations containing unusual electrochemical properties and massively underestimated rudimentary levels of intellect, the crew discover that the rocks, appropriately named the Watchers, have the ability to enter their dreams through telepathy. Upon this discovery from desert planet Chori 5, scientists created a device called the Swapper, which was later banned by the crew as the user experienced heavy memory loss upon its use, questioning levels of humanity and if you really exist. With ever more progression, you are presented with a series of cutscenes that build up a larger picture that perhaps the device can be used to keep the mind alive and can be used to give the thought holder the ability to obtain another body, prolonging their life. Of course, you won't be reaching these levels of narration until you complete puzzles of ever-growing complexity and the occasional cheeky look at YouTube for a solution to progress. All in all, The Swapper is a thought-provoking title wrapped in a web of puzzles growing in complexity whilst being supported by a clever storyline and atmospheric gameplay. Don't expect to be handed a gun, but expect to gain levels of satisfaction upon completion of any of the 200 puzzles and isolating corridors. Okay guys, going to be playing this game through at the end and was well worth a purchase during the Steam Christmas sales. I really hope you enjoyed this different review indie style twist on the YouTube channel. It's going to be a bit of a side thing, so please do drop us a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Rest assured I'm still going to be playing games like Rust, Daisy and other things like that spark my interest. Going to keep my eyes open for The Forest and other games like that. And I'm going to be looking at various indie games throughout the year as the side kind of thing, like an Indie Tuesday kind of setup, or whether it's Tuesday, I'm not sure yet as to what day I put it on. But if you've got any games you'd like to suggest, let me know in the comment sections below. And from idea and execution to completion, at the discounted price I got this game for, I give it 4 safes out of 5. Safe!